Everyone has at least one app that can be considered social media, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Yik Yak, Facebook, the list goes on and on. I'll admit, even while writing my outline, I checked a couple of these. Now, there can be some beneficial uses to social media, like checking birthdays on Facebook, but it can also be extremely harmful. By the end of this speech, I want you to be aware of all of the negative aspects to social networking. I chose this topic not only to inform you on the negative aspects, but because I know many of you are avid Facebookers, Tweeters, and Instagrammers. Social media can harm people's safety, real-life social skills, and self-improvement. First, let's take a look at the safety aspect. To begin, the main reason social media isn't safe is because personal information can be added, stolen, and used inappropriately in a matter of seconds. The internet makes it almost compelling to add your bank account or social security number. The people who don't mind posting this information are the ones who are completely unaware of all of the wrong hands this information could fall into. I know all of you would never go up to a random stranger and willingly hand over all of your private information, but when you post that information online, that's exactly what you're doing. This is why the FBI says it's so easy for online scammers and computer hackers to steal your identity. They also say that you should put a password on everything and make sure that password is hard to guess. Not only should you use a password, but if a private setting is available to you, you should definitely make sure to use it. I know that this won't completely protect your information, but it could possibly be doing a lot more than you're doing now. According to a website called procon.com, 13 million Facebook users had no idea that Facebook even had a private setting, while 30% of those users were openly posting everything publicly without even having a second thought about it. Not only can your personal information be stolen, but cyberbullying is becoming off the charts now. It's becoming a huge concern because it takes no effort to emotionally and verbally abuse and hurt someone. An organization called Enough is Enough found 95% of teenagers admitted to witnessing cyberbullying, while 23% of those teenagers were victims themselves. Unfortunately, most of these victims feel helpless when they're in this situation and turn to committing suicide. There are many ways social media jeopardizes our safety. To move on, social networkers are starting to lose communication skills. Procon.com says that it prevents them from talking to people face to face, which ultimately leads to them feeling nervous and uncomfortable in front of people. People that use social networking excessively are linked to having depression, anxiety, and general distress. Cheney's social media explains that yes, even though teens are chatting with virtual friends, this does not compare to the social life they should be having with real-life friends. It has been proven for obvious reasons that using social media less can greatly improve real-life relationships. Finally, social networking lessens your chance on improving yourself. Self-improvement can be anything that betters you or makes you more successful. For example, social media is a huge distraction when it comes to school. Procon.com states students who use social media in general have a 0.84 decrease in their GPA, which can make a huge difference in the long run. Even when you're studying for a class and you check your phone, that can cause you to do 20% worse on a test. Not only can you stop yourself from being successful, but your friends can stop it too. If one of your friends decides to post an inappropriate picture that you happen to be on anywhere on the internet, no matter what site it is, once they post it, it's on there forever. So if a future school or employer goes to look you up and they find that picture, there's a good chance you won't be accepted for that job or school. Not only that, but social media causes you to seriously compare yourself to others. And when you see that this person has this kind of life and you don't, it makes you feel really bad about yourself. And once you get down, you might start not being as productive at school or work, and ultimately that will lead to a huge downfall. In conclusion, social media isn't as great as we think it is. It can do more harm than good. Yes, using it safely and occasionally is just fine, but using it excessively could ruin your life. Cutting back on social networking is a sustainable thing because it has become such a large part of our society. Using social media wisely by staying safe, interacting with real-life people, and never stop improving yourself. We don't need to stop using Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter altogether, but we do have to be conscientious with how much we use it and what we do on it.